Have you ever noticed how some people effortlessly command attention while others fade into the background? It's not about looks, it's not about luck, it's about mastering the art of connection, tapping into something deeper, something that makes people want to know more. This isn't about empty flattery or tired pickup lines, it's about understanding what truly sparks curiosity. And today, I'm breaking it all down for you. As Will Rogers once said, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So, let's start. Number 1, the first impression. It starts the moment you open your mouth. But here's the secret. Most people try too hard. The real key? A mix of mystery, intrigue, and effortless fun. If you can make someone wonder about you, if you can leave them thinking about your words long after you've gone, you've already won. And trust me, once you master this, every conversation will feel different, more engaging, more electric. Ready to level up? Let's dive in. Step 1. Use humor as a weapon. Mark Twain once said, "Against the assault of laughter, nothing can stand." And he was right. Laughter is more than just a moment of joy. It's a psychological shortcut to connection. When you make someone laugh, you're doing more than entertaining them. You're disarming them. You're breaking down barriers. You're proving confidence, wit, and an unshakable presence. And in a world full of nervous small talk, that stands out. Step 2. The power of playful teasing. Want to create instant chemistry? Forget predictable compliments. Instead, introduce a little playful friction. Teasing, done right, creates a push and pull dynamic that makes interactions unforgettable. But here's the golden rule. It's never about putting someone down. It's about lightheartedly challenging them, showing that you're not instantly won over. Think of it like this. Instead of saying, "You have a beautiful smile," try something unexpected. Say it with a grin. "You know, I feel like you're trouble. I should probably stay away from you." Boom. Suddenly you've created intrigue. You're not just another person throwing out empty flattery. You're creating a moment, a playful, flirtatious challenge that makes them curious. And curiosity is addictive. Why it works. Playful teasing introduces good tension, a game of push and pull. You show interest, then pull back just enough to keep them wondering. And that's the hook. The moment they start asking themselves, "Wait, do they like me? Or are they just messing with me?" You've already won, because now they're thinking about you. And the more they think about you, the more invested they become. Build trust through laughter. Here's what most people overlook. The one who can make someone laugh, even in moments of stress or doubt, is the one they trust the most. Why? Because humor shows emotional intelligence, resilience, and a sense of security. And in a world full of fleeting connections, trust is what makes you unforgettable. So, if you want to transform the way people respond to you, start here. Master the art of effortless connection. Use humor. Introduce mystery. Create moments that linger in their mind. Because when you do, you won't just capture attention. You'll become impossible to forget. Number 2, the subtle power of mirroring. Have you ever been in a conversation where everything just clicked? The energy felt right, the connection was effortless, and it seemed like you both were moving in sync, almost like an unspoken rhythm between you. That's not a coincidence. That's the hidden power of mirroring, one of the most potent, almost magical techniques for building instant rapport. Picture this. You're speaking with someone, and without even thinking about it, you both start leaning in. Your gestures match, your expressions align. It's subtle, so subtle you don't even notice it happening. But your brain does. It registers this silent synchronization as trust, familiarity, and even attraction. Mirroring isn't just about copying someone's movements. It's about forging an invisible bond. Done right, it sends a powerful subconscious message. We are alike. I understand you. The science behind it. Oprah Winfrey once said, "If you want to connect, lean in." And she was absolutely right. Leaning in isn't just about looking engaged. It's about creating a psychological bridge between you and the other person. And it doesn't stop there. A slight tilt of the head while maintaining eye contact? That's a silent signal that says, "I'm here, I'm listening, I see you." A subtle nod at the right moment? It reinforces understanding without saying a word. But here's where most people go wrong. They get distracted. Their eyes wander, they glance at their phone. And in an instant, that fragile connection breaks. Why? Because the human brain is wired to detect disinterest. Scientists have studied this in slow-motion video analysis, revealing something fascinating. Tiny, almost imperceptible movements, quick nods, subtle finger shifts, a tightening of the lips, happen in sync between people who feel connected. These micro-expressions are so fleeting that they go unnoticed, but our brains pick up on them. It's like an unconscious whisper that says, "This person understands me, they get me." And isn't that what we're all searching for? To feel understood? How to use it to your advantage. So, how do you apply this? Subtly, effortlessly. Next time you're in a conversation, try this. Lean in slightly when they do. Nod subtly when they nod. Mirror their tone, their rhythm. Not exactly, but just enough to create a sense of connection. The magic of this technique lies in its delicacy. It's not about mimicking, it's about naturally reflecting. And when you master this, you'll see it unfold before your eyes. Conversations will feel easier, connections will form faster, and people will walk away feeling an undeniable pull toward you, without even knowing why. Now, try it, and watch how everything changes. Number 3, flip the script, make them chase you. Imagine this, you're in a conversation and something shifts. There's a spark, an undeniable pull, a tension that keeps them leaning in. But here's the secret. It's not about impressing them. It's about challenging them, just enough to keep them hooked. People don't crave what's handed to them on a silver platter. They crave a challenge. Not a frustrating one, but a playful, engaging one that makes the interaction feel like a game they want to win. Now, ask yourself, are you the person who simply agrees with everything, or are you the one who adds a little spice, a little unpredictability, a little mystery? So, how to flip the script? Instead of playing the role of the pursuer, turn the tables. Let them feel like they're the ones trying to win you over. Here's how it works. Imagine you're flirting, and instead of giving a standard compliment, you smirk and say, "My mom warned me about people like you, always trying to charm their way into my good graces." Boom, instant intrigue. Suddenly, you've put them in the role of the pursuer. You've reframed the dynamic in a way that makes them want to prove themselves, without even realizing it. This isn't manipulation, it's playful psychology. It's about triggering their competitive side in a way that feels light, fun, and electric. Let's discuss the art of playful resistance. Let's say they're talking passionately about something, painting, cooking, running marathons. Most people would nod and say, "That's cool," but not you. Instead, you tilt your head, grin, and say, I don't know if I believe you. You're gonna have to prove it." What happens next? They engage deeper, they lean in, they start trying to convince you, and without realizing it, they're putting effort into impressing you, not the other way around. This is the secret sauce. It's not about being difficult, it's about making them work for it just enough to stay intrigued. Let's uncover the science of attraction. Dr. Helen Fisher, a renowned anthropologist specializing in love and relationships, explains that playful competition triggers dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical. That's why teasing, banter, and friendly challenges create such a powerful attraction. It's not just about words, it's about the emotional roller coaster they create, the highs, the lows, the uncertainty. This is why chemistry isn't just about shared interests, it's about tension and release. You don't want them to know exactly where things are going. When you say, "I bet I could make a better cake than you," during a conversation about baking, you're doing more than joking. You're igniting something, a need to prove themselves to you. And that's how you stay on their mind long after the conversation ends. What's the key to making this work? Balance. The goal isn't to outdo them or make them feel small. It's to create an irresistible back and forth dance that builds connection and excitement. Keep the mood light. Never make it too serious. Know when to pull back. Too much teasing can feel forced. Let them feel the push and pull. That's where the magic happens. Now, here's the real question. Next time you're in a conversation and they bring up something they're passionate about, will you just nod and agree? Or will you introduce a playful challenge that makes them work for your attention? Will you be predictable? Or will you be unforgettable? Number 4, let your eyes do the talking. Have you ever stopped to think about the sheer power of a single glance? How, in just a fraction of a second, an unspoken message can travel between two people, charged with curiosity, intrigue, And maybe even something electric. Eye contact isn't just a habit, it's a weapon, a silent, invisible force that can shift the entire dynamic of an interaction. Master it, and you'll notice something remarkable. Conversations flow smoother, interest deepens faster, and attraction? It builds before a single word is spoken. The eyes reveal everything. People, especially women, are incredibly perceptive, more than most realize. Long before you open your mouth, they've already picked up on subtle cues: confidence, hesitation, curiosity, even uncertainty. The eyes don't lie. They expose what you're feeling, even when you think you're hiding it. But here's where most people get it wrong. They either avoid eye contact completely, radiating nervousness, or they overdo it, holding a stare too long, making things awkward. The real secret? Controlled eye contact, a delicate balance between intensity and effortlessness. So, how to create instant attraction with a look? Picture this. You're standing in a grocery store. Across the aisle, she looks up. Your eyes meet. But instead of immediately glancing away, you hold it, just for a few beats. No urgency, no tension, just enough time for her to feel it. Then, you add a small, knowing smile. And then, you calmly look away. That single moment, silent, effortless, sends a message more powerful than any pickup line. I see you, and I'm intrigued. And that's the hook. Let's uncover why this works like magic. Attraction thrives on curiosity. The human brain is wired to be drawn toward things that aren't immediately available. That brief moment of eye contact, followed by you looking away, creates a subtle question in her mind. Wait, was he interested? Or was that just my imagination? And that is where the chase begins. Women, like anyone, are naturally drawn to things that require just a little effort, something they have to figure out. If you come on too strong, the mystery disappears. If you hesitate too much, the opportunity vanishes. But when you balance confidence with a touch of unpredictability, that's compelling. Here is the moment that changes everything. The real magic happens at the exact moment you break eye contact. When you turn away just soon enough to leave her thinking, why did he look away? Was he interested, or was that just confidence? And now, she's thinking about you. This isn't just speculation. Science backs it up. Studies in behavioral psychology show that eye contact can activate the brain's reward system, increasing feelings of connection and attraction. Albert Mehrabian's research even suggests that 93% of communication is non-verbal, meaning before you ever speak, your body is already telling a story. So, how to make eye contact work for you? Stay calm. Confidence isn't in the stare, it's in the control. Hold the gaze just long enough, not too short, not too long, just enough to make it felt. Smile slightly. A subtle curve of the lips adds warmth to the mystery. Break away smoothly, not quickly, not nervously, just a casual, natural shift. Flirting isn't about forcing chemistry. It's about creating a rhythm. It's a dance. One step forward, one step back. Eye contact draws her in, but the timing makes her stay. And here's the best part. Sometimes you don't need words. Sometimes all it takes is a glance, a pause, and just the right amount of mystery. So next time you catch someone's gaze, ask yourself, will you let the moment slip? Or will you hold it, just long enough to leave them wondering? Number 5, the push and pull effect. Attraction isn't built in a straight line. It's not about constant attention or relentless pursuit. It's about rhythm, a subtle game of push and pull, where you lean in just enough to spark interest, then pull back just enough to leave them wanting more. It's a dance, a delicate balance. Step forward, just a little, then step back. Let them feel the space between you, and then pull them back in with warmth. This is where most people get it wrong. They either come on too strong, overwhelming the interaction, or they hold back too much, fading into the background. But the secret? It's in the contrast, the tension between showing interest and creating just enough distance to keep them guessing. So, how push and pull creates instant chemistry? Think of it like this. You flash a playful smirk and say, "You know, you're kinda dangerous. I should probably keep my distance before I start liking you too much." Boom, that's a push. You're playfully pulling away, making them wonder where they stand. Then, just when they start thinking about it, you lean back in. But, wow, that smile of yours? You're making this difficult for me. And just like that, you've created tension, a spark of unpredictability that makes the interaction feel alive. This isn't about games, it's about momentum. Conversations, just like stories, need highs and lows. If you stay on one level, it gets predictable. And predictability is the enemy of attraction. Here is the hidden power of emotional contrast. Here's the kicker. This works because it taps into something deeper, the emotional roller coaster effect. Ever wondered why we get addicted to thrilling movies, unexpected plot twists, or even amusement park rides? It's because they create contrasts, moments of tension followed by relief, excitement followed by curiosity. This up and down motion releases dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical. The same thing happens in attraction. When you playfully push someone away and then pull them back in, you're triggering that same chemical reaction. It's a natural high, and they subconsciously associate that feeling with you. Let's uncover mastering the push-pull dynamic. Picture this. The conversation is flowing. She's laughing. The energy is perfect. This is where most people make a mistake. They drag it out until the excitement fizzles. Instead, try this. End it on a high note. Say, I hate to cut this short, but I've got to run. Let's pick this up later. What happens next? You've just left her hanging. Wanting more. Thinking about you long after you've gone. Psychology tells us that people are drawn to what they can't fully have right away. Anticipation is a powerful force. It amplifies attraction. That's why some of the most captivating TV shows always end on a cliffhanger. They don't wrap things up neatly. They make you wait. And when you apply this to conversations, you create an irresistible pull. So, why this works? Every time, it builds mystery. You're not laying all your cards on the table. It keeps emotions engaged. The push-pull dynamic creates contrast, making interactions feel more exciting. It makes them invested, because they're left wondering what happens next. And that's the secret. You don't have to do all the chasing. When you master the art of push and pull, the energy shifts. Suddenly they're leaning in, they're intrigued, they're thinking about you long after the conversation ends. So next time you're in a conversation, ask yourself, are you just going along with the flow? Or are you creating a rhythm that keeps them hooked? Because the most unforgettable interactions always leave them wanting more. The final thing, the exquisite power of a simple touch. Have you ever stopped to think about how much can be said without a single word through the power of touch? A brush of the fingertips, a playful nudge, a light graze against the skin. Touch is primal. It speaks before we do. It conveys emotions with startling accuracy. Love, curiosity, excitement, even desire. Studies show that we interpret the meaning of touch with up to 83% accuracy, often without even realizing it. So ask yourself, when you touch someone, what are you really saying? Let's uncover the 5 and 15 rule. When it comes to creating chemistry, there's a simple yet powerful technique, the 5 and 15 rule. The idea is effortless. During a 15-minute conversation, aim for 5 natural, well-timed touches. A light tap on the arm when you're laughing, a playful nudge when teasing them, a fleeting touch on their hand as you make a point. Each one is subtle, intentional, designed to make the connection feel natural, but also electrifying. The 3 H's of intimacy: hands, hips, and head. Not all touch is created equal. Some touches feel friendly, others, they create an unspoken pull, the kind that lingers long after you walk away. Hands, the safest yet most powerful place to start. A casual graze during conversation, fingertips brushing when handing something over. It's subtle but deeply felt. Hips. Ever guided someone through a crowded space with a light touch on their lower back? It's instinctive, protective, a subconscious way to say, I see you, I've got you. Head. The ultimate zone of intimacy. A playful tousle of their hair, a slow, deliberate touch to brush something off their shoulder, even a light tap on the temple during a joke. This kind of touch builds familiarity and connection faster than words ever could. So, why this works and why timing is everything. Touch isn't just about making contact, it's about when and how. A well-timed touch amplifies emotions. It adds weight to your words. It transforms an ordinary moment into something unforgettable. But here's the key: subtlety. The lightest, most fleeting touches often carry the most impact. Why? Because they leave the other person wondering, was that intentional? Or was that just my imagination? And that's where the magic happens. Attraction isn't about tricks or mind games. It's about genuine connection, understanding the delicate nuances of energy, body language, and timing. When you master this, you don't just create chemistry, you create moments, real, powerful moments that make people feel something deeply. And in the end, that's what truly sets you apart. Not rehearsed lines, not forced charm, but an effortless understanding of human connection. So next time you're in a conversation, ask yourself, how can a simple touch change everything? If this resonated with you, support the channel, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.